Okay, we move on. Okay, got it. All right. But when I say we move on, since I won our fight, I get to do the last part. Here you go. Take that. The last thing we want to show you tonight, the Japanese art called Kami-shigiri. It's test cutting, okay? 16th century, lots of large-scale pitch battles. Samurai in armor proving their skills on an almost daily basis. After 1600, Tokugawas came to power. The Tokugawa shogunate ruled Japan for 200 years. Enforced peace. No more large-scale pitch battles. All the fighting was done on the political arena, which meant more dirty and underhanded and backstabbing than ever on the battlefield. Woo! But politics haven't changed.
Nope, not one bit.
That to come. But because there were no more large-scale pitch battles, the samurai had to test their skills in other ways. This is my katana. This is a 700-year-old sword. As my daughter is fond of pointing out, this sword is older than I am. Barely.
Barely.
Barely? Wow. The samurai, in order to test their skills, since there weren't any large-scale pitch battles, they practiced something called tsujigiri. Okay? It's another Japanese term. You don't have to remember it. It really doesn't matter. What matters is this is a point in our show that we actually like to have audience participation. I need a volunteer. I need...
Eisen. Eisen.
This is awesome.
Eisen.
Can I borrow you? Because you're the one, you took off your little necktie. Can you go up your wait, stand right there. Can you hold out your arms like this? Perfect. Come on, what's your name? Katie. Say hi to Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hi,
Katie. Hi, Katie.
Can you stand right there for a second? Okay. Thank you. Tsujigiri literally means peasant cutting.
Bye, Katie.
And it means just what you think it does. It was legal in Japan for a samurai to test his skill. I know I would have picked you, but
he might have stopped.
It was legal for them to test their skill with a sword on a peasant. So this is what I want you to see. You want to stand right here?
Yes.
Okay. You see that spike?
Yes.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to hop up on the stand and I want you to sit right there. And then don't move. All right. While she's getting ready, let me... What? You volunteered for this? All right, but... No. All right, Michael, please escort Katie back to her seat. Give it up for Katie. Yeah! And hope that her parents don't actually see that YouTube video and go, were you really going to sit on that? Tsujigiri was unpopular in Japan as well.
Yeah.
And while you're laughing going, duh, they did abolish it. The part that bothers me is, you remember when I said politics haven't changed much? Tsujigiri got abolished not because it was unpopular with the peasants. No one really cared what they thought. It got abolished because it was unpopular with the samurai themselves. If he sends Katie to go get him a drink of water and I hack her down with a sword because, well, I want to see if my new toy is sharp, he's inconvenienced and has to go get his own drink. And he's lazy. So the samurai abolished it. The scary part is it was actually legal for 10 years. Imagine not being willing to go outside for 10 years.
3 years running.
Actually, this is an anime con. Most of you, that's pretty much...
Well, I'm
not feeling the love. What the samurai settled on was this. This is rice straw. You know, rice being the staple of Japanese agriculture. What they did is they took rice straw, they gathered it into bundles, and they tied it off with these authentic 16th century rubber bands. Lazy, remember? Tied it off with rubber bands. They soaked it in water overnight. The water would soak into the fibers so that it would swell and gain weight and density until it took on the approximate characteristics of young ladies. Hi. And this gave the samurai something to test their skills with that 450 years later is still the standard for test cutting with a sword. Now, when you watch me cut this straw target, the 700-year-old sword is worth about $15,000. It was designed to cut through human bodies. It should cut through straw.
Yeah.
Right? You can go to Walmart and buy a $7 machete, and if it's ground properly, you can cut through weeds. That's what it was made for. For the samurai, they were looking for more than just that. They wanted accuracy. It's not enough to hit your target. You have to hit them in a way that will incapacitate them. When you watch sword fighting and you see Arnold Schwarzenegger in Conan swinging a sword going, whoa! You understand he's doing that to make his muscles look bigger, not actually teach good blade angles, right? That big 45, not going to work very well. Samurai in armor, it's going to deflect. They're looking for a little bit narrower cut, a little steeper, about a 35-degree angle, so it would miss the armor and hit vital areas. So now that I've told off on myself, please watch me cut. If you think my angle's off, by all means, come see me and tell me all about it after the show. I love criticism.
We have a leg to hide the body. It floats.
Are you talking again? Wow. You know, last time we did a demo, she was in, I got the and I was throwing her, and it was in Iowa City, and by the time we got back to our school, there had already been 3 phone calls from activist groups upset that I was beating my wife publicly. I'm not making that up. The funny part was, I called the station back and said, look, if you guys just knew her. Anyway, the lawsuit was dropped. Downward diagonal cut. Hey! Now the samurai didn't just cut down, they also cut back up, because one of the things you'll notice about samurai armor, it's designed to protect from the top down. The plates hang down. If you look at the thigh, there's a divided metal apron called a haidate, metal on the outside of the leg, but since they were predominantly cavalry and they rode horses, does anybody here, I know it's an anime con, but does anybody ride a horse?
It's Iowa.
If you ride a horse and you wear metal armor on the inside of your thigh, it chafes. The samurai did not wear armor on the inside of their thigh, and that made for a cutting target. Hard to hit, but they would cut upwards at the same angle, called kiriage, to try to hit the inside of the thigh, because the femoral artery runs right up the inside of the thigh, and if you can hit the inside of the... What? Family show. Just a little bit. Rating. All right, fine.
Anime.
Anime con.
You guys just ruined a preset joke, you know, right?
Yeah.
It's like my one scripted line. Never mind.
Well, now you got improv.
Wait, you got to hear it. This is so worth it. It took him 3 months to learn this part. All right, fine. If you swing the big shiny sharp thing to the inside of their leg, bad things will happen.
Got it?
Wasn't that good?
Yeah.
But no, since you guys said, no, it's an anime con. If you can cut the femoral artery, someone will bleed out ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
Really fast. Bodyguard to the Shogun named Yagyu Munenori wrote a book called Family Traditions on the Art of War. Got locked into a guardhouse. Killed 8 opponents. 8 enemy soldiers with this cut. I'm guessing in more than one swing. But upward rising.
I don't think he can afford an 8-body blade.
Hey! Ooh, gee, sorry.
That. No.
Yeah! See, this is better because when the show's over, I can go, a souvenir! And see, I forgot, Anime Con. None of you did that. Right, and for those of you who have ever seen a Samurai Jack episode, or a Samurai Epic, at the end of the movie, there's always the bad guy. He's big, he's scary, he's got bad breath, doesn't speak English very well. Actually, it sounds kind of like the governor of California, doesn't it? Don't put that one up. He'll still come get me. But he's got a sword. It's up over his head, and he's flying towards the camera going, ah! Don't put that on. On the other side is the the hero of our story.
Bye.
He's better looking. Got a better ages. Bigger part in the show, probably gets the girls in. And when the bad guy gets close enough, sword up over his head, bad breath and all, the hero ends his part in the movie by cutting him in half. No! Which also would bring an end to our performance.
It would have been better if you could show.
What now? What? Oh, you have a story. You're gonna cut. Oh, yeah. All right, fine. Do you really want to see him cut? Good. Do you want to see him do something incredibly dangerous and stupid? Do you want to see him do something incredibly dangerous and stupid and put my life at risk? Thank you.
You asked.
True. All right, let me explain what we're going to do then, because I see cameras everywhere and you're going to want to get this, because it happens quickly, and if he does hurt me, I'm going to
We'll play it at your funeral.
No, I'm thinking I need the evidence. This is what I'm going to do. You remember that upward rising cut I explained? I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut up through the target, and Junior here is going to take the piece of mat that I cut off. He's going to cut that in half before it hits the ground. In midair. Without hitting me. I know. I hate all of you.
I love you long time.
You sound like this massage therapist that you know. Chris, it must be you. I've made more inappropriate jokes at this show than I think in my entire life. So much for 2.5 years of Bible college. All right, so you ready? Yeah. Up through the target, and he cuts the piece in half without hitting me, and then all the eligible girls give him their phone number, and all the guys give me cash.
No.
You know what's funny? None of the girls were disagreeing with that. The guys gave cash. We did that at one show, and 6 girls gave him their phone number.
The guy in armor.
It was really cool until you added up all of their ages, and it still came to less than 20. That's true. Some of them were actually 14. Yeah, I know, still bad. That was one of their suicides.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Death-defying and stupid, all once just for you. Try this. We're what you call. Do it publicly, or we. Did you really go to this business?
Yes.
And it worked, dude. All right. You ready? Okay. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Great! Go Moody! Have a good time now! Japanese terms, I'm sure you're all familiar with it, that if any of you leave early and don't stay for the entire con, all of your hair will fall out. He's not lying! Stopped early in Wichita, leave me alone!
Oh, you can wear